Press conference today will be standard. Coach will have some opening comments. We'll go to questions in the room, and if time permits, we'll go to questions virtually at the end. This is being streamed by Clemson Plus, as well as our partners at 105.5 and Fox Carolina. So please speak up so the audience can hear your questions. Coach, when you're ready, take it away.
Okay, appreciate it, Ross. Good morning, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope everybody's ready for a great week. Hopefully everybody have some time with your families or significant others. We all got a lot to be thankful for, that's for sure. And you don't have to look very far, probably around all of our circle to just know how blessed we are and how thankful we are. All that we have to be thankful for. So looking for a great week with our team. Always enjoy this week. It's different with school. You know, I know technically, I guess they have classes today, but I don't know how many actually have classes today. And they're out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so it's a little different schedule. And obviously Thanksgiving, and we have a lot of families that come into town and so forth. So, but it's just fun. It's fun being a part of a rivalry game. It's even more fun when you win, that's for sure. But it's a blessing to be a part of a historic game. And you know, this is kind of my norm in life for a long time. With 13 Alabama Auburn games, and then just growing up, kind of being as a fan, and then 23 years here. So I mean, it's just fun to be in the fight, if you will. Fun to be a part of it, and look forward to a great game on Saturday against a really good football team. Got a lot of respect for Shane and how he does things, and I know their record's not what they wanted it to be, just like ours isn't what we want it to be, but they're a really good football team, very talented, a lot of really, really good players on both sides of the ball. And, offensively, it starts with their quarterback. I mean, he is an elite player. He's a great football player, can change the game on one play. And you see that in him all the time. So big task there, and obviously we did a poor job with him last year. And then, I think all their backs are good players. They're all powerful runners. 8 is a guy that's probably the most improved player on their team. He is a take the top off, of the defense type of guy. And I mean, he can run away from anybody. So he's a handful, and they've done a good job, especially as of late, getting their playmakers involved. They've gotten, Sellers, the younger brother, rolling, scored on the first play last week, and second series, another big play. So I mean, they've been very deliberate in making sure that their playmakers are touching the ball. A lot of shots down the field, 4 and 8, and again, but committed to running the football, and obviously 16 is a huge factor there. So I think that again, we've got to play really, really well on defense and find a way to contain this quarterback. And then on the other side, probably, if not the best, certainly as good as anybody we've played, these two ends especially. I mean, these guys are really, really good, very talented, and think they're strong inside. They got good depth up front. They play a lot of guys, got a pretty good rotation there. I think 17 and 0 are good players. 24 has been around. He's played 1 million snaps, so he's a good football player as well. 15 at corner. We saw him at NC State, so brought in a good player there. 31, 8, all those guys. I mean, they've got a bunch of guys they play in the secondary, so they've got a good rotation, good depth, and 4-down team that really executes their scheme well. And I think they've given them a chance in about every game defensively. So it's a good football team, and then special teams is always a factor in this game. They've taken a couple to the house. 4 is an excellent punt returner for them, and then their best player, 8, they got deep. So he's a guy we've got to do a great job of making sure that we don't allow any big plays in the return area. So it'll be a big challenge for us this week. But again, rivalry game, and it doesn't matter what records are, all that stuff. We all know what this one's all about this week, and again, look forward to the competition.
How much would you say Stefan Green's progressed? Obviously, he was available last week, but he didn't play.
Yeah, better and better every day. Yep.
The senior class has lost 2 of 3 against South Carolina. Look, it would be 3 of 4 if they were to lose. Is that an extra motivation for that group, just considering that hasn't happened here for a while?
Yeah, I mean, we've also won 2 of 4, so you can do the math however you want. We've won 8 out of 10. So you can however you want to make the math work, to make the story, you can spin it however you want. So I think nobody needs extra motivation to win this game. Game means a lot. I mean, you win, it's a great day. You lose, it's a really bad day in your life. You got to move on either way, but it's a rivalry game. It means a lot to a lot of people. So, these guys, if we've won 2 out of the last 4, they've won 2 out of the last 4. So, again, you can spin the math however you want. We've won 8 out of 10, however you want to make it work. You can look at the 100-something years of this game. Whatever you want to, whatever narrative you want to write, you can write, make the math work for you. But none of that has anything to do with extra motivation. Everybody wants to win because it's a rivalry game. It's a huge game. It's a state championship, and that's why you want to win. I don't think anybody needs any extra motivation in this game. They all will walk in highly motivated.
When you look back at last year's game and what Lenore Sellers was able to do you have an added point of emphasis to make sure you tackle him to the ground more so than maybe a normal quarterback, just because of what you experienced last year and the frustration when you went back and looked at that game film?
Yeah, all you gotta do is watch the tape. I mean, we had him tackled about 50 times. I don't know how many missed tackles we had, but it was like unbelievable. I mean, it was crazy. So, I mean, they all know what they're dealing with. That's the good thing, is at least they've got that in their head. I mean, he's hard to get down. He's strong, and you have to do a great job of staying in front of him and trying to keep him in the pocket. And you got to get 11 guys to the ball, and when somebody gets to him, you got to find a way to wrap up and hold on, because he's strong and he can break tackles. And again, that was the difference in the game last year. So they've got some experience with that, because everybody's back except for Barrett and Steph Island and Mickens.
Dabo, you talked this week about wanting your team to win with class if you're able to win this game, no flag planting or anything like that. Can you just expand upon why that's so important to you?
Well, I mean, we should be better. Both sides should be better. I mean, it's just the right thing to do. I mean, it's not, again, been a part of these games for a long time, and I just don't think I don't think it leads to anything good, So win the game, celebrate, all that stuff, but the extracurricular stuff on people's fields, like, we need to be better on both sides. And, celebrate with your fans and all that stuff, but disrespecting the logo, things like that, like, we all should be better in that regard. And I just don't think bad things come from that. We almost had a fight last year that was nasty, and we don't need that. And I've been a part of that. I mean, 04. I mean, that was a bad scene. And compete your butt off, dislike each other, whatever. But we need to win with class and lose with class. The people in the arena. Now, I can't control all the stuff outside of the arena and all that, but I think the people in the arena, we have to compete and I think respect the game and the history of this game better. And that's both sides. That's not just them or us. It's both sides. And it was a nasty scene last year. Shane and I talked about that and both agreed on it, and do everything I can, if we're fortunate to win the game, to make sure that we don't have anything like that.
Is it hard to balance that emotion with this game being so much highly touted? Is it kind of hard for players or to kind of balance that emotions of the game, to maybe not trying to taunt if they were to win the game?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's just something that we have to emphasize. I mean, I think it's just what's right, and we got to do a good job as adults in making sure that we set the tone in that regard.
What makes that such a difficult place to play? What makes that environment a fun one to play in, but a difficult place to play?
I mean, their fans do a great job. I mean, they're loud. They show up. I mean, and it's not just our game. They do. I think they do a great job in supporting their team. And I mean, I've been here a long time, and they always have, regardless of what season they're having. I think they've always been incredibly supportive of their team, from my view. And certainly when we've gone down there, whether they've had a great year or not, I mean, it's a great I mean, it's a loud environment. And then when you throw in the fact that it's a rivalry game, I mean, it's even more intensity added to it. So it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I love being a part of games like this. I love going on the road and having, a hostile crowd. I mean, that's just part of it. That's part of, the fun of being in rivalry games.
Is there a moment that stands out to you from your time playing down there that's a favorite memory, or the fans getting involved or anything like that?
I mean, the first time I went there, I think was '93. I was a GA at Alabama. And they had just made that movie, I think it was called, like The Program or something, like it was a football movie, I think is what it was called. And I just remember pulling in, I was like, this was the stadium in the movie. I think that was the stadium. I was like, that was my first memory of it. But and we won the game. But I just remember even then, I was like, wow, this is. I had never been there because South Carolina hadn't been in the league that long. So it was okay, because I know it came like maybe my senior year.